Hello and welcome to this week's podcast for Thursday the 25th of November with me, Kevin Ross, for an easy listening digest of the week's news from the Melton Times. Coming up, the Melton Times launches its Christmas appeal for Pablo's Horse Sanctuary. Planes to return to the airfield. Set 2 of a Badgers near the new play area site. And in sport, Melton's own Ashes Army. All this and more coming up next in the Melton Times Vodcast for Thursday the 25th, 2010. On the front page of the Melton Times this week, the launch of the Christmas appeal, Pablo's Horse Sanctuary. The animal charity based in Long Clawson provides a refuge for homeless, neglected and abused horses. During Advent, we'll be asking our readers to dig deep and show their support for Pablo's. And you can do so by donating money, time or goods in kind. Pablo's was founded by Carol Fielding of Melton 6 years ago and now looks after more than 60 horses and ponies. The registered charity relies entirely on public donations and is run by volunteers, so every penny donated is spent on the horses and ponies' welfare. There are so many ways to help. You can donate, you can adopt a horse, you can volunteer, or you can fundraise. For more information, go to pabloshorsesanctuary.com. Melton's police chief has welcomed the sentencing of 3 Vietnamese men caught tending plants in a cannabis factory set up on a Melton industrial estate. Officers discovered the highly organised setup in a unit in Pate Road on Bellaway Industrial Estate after a 1 a.m. raid on August the 2nd. Police uncovered the factory and cannabis plants, describing it as one of Melton's biggest finds. They found it after conducting a stop check on a vehicle. Special lighting, heating and watering equipment had been installed in the plant, which houses more than 1,000 plants, with a potential yield value into 6 figures. Anyone who has any information about organised crime activity in Melton Borough should contact Leicester Police on 0116 22 22 222 or call Crime Stoppers anonymously on 0800 555 111. Police have warned Melton people to be on alert after possible sightings of a dangerous dog breed. Officers believe a Dogo Argentino, one of 4 dog breeds banned in the UK, may have been spotted recently in the Melton Country Park. It's also understood the same dog or another of the same breed may have been seen being walked around the town centre. Other restricted breeds in the UK are the American Pit Bull Terrier, Japanese Tosa and Fila Brasileiro. And staying with the country park and dogs, an ongoing debate about whether or not dogs should be kept on their leads in Melton Country Park has prompted Melton Council to launch a public consultation. The issue has been a long-running feature in the Melton Times letter page since we published a story about a savage dog attack in the park in October. There were calls for dogs to be kept on leads as some owners, it is claimed, are acting irresponsibly, but others say dogs need to be able to run free to get proper exercise. The council wants to hear from all park users whether they own a dog or not. To register your preference for the future on whether dogs should be allowed on or off the leads, go to the website on melton.gov.uk or email vclark, that's Clark with an E, at melton.gov.uk. Planes were last seen soaring over Melton Airfield during Second World War, but that could all be about to change. Melton District Model Club wants to use part of the disused runway for recreational flying of model aircraft. The club has previously been granted planning permission to use the site subject to conditions, but has submitted fresh plans mainly due to the restrictive flying times. It's hoped to gain permission to fly radio-controlled aircraft, no more than 4 planes at a time, between noon and 8 p.m. on any day from Monday to Saturday, and between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Sundays or bank holidays. It's also seeking consent to fly electric power models and gliders between 9 in the morning and 10 p.m. on any days from Monday to Sunday. Melton Council will decide the change of use application in due course. For more information about the Model Club, visit mdmc.co.uk.
Hi, this is Alan Duncan, and you are listening to the Melton Times podcast.
A groundbreaking zero-carbon house is proposed to be built in a field in Wymondon. The applicants claim the Straw Bale Barn, the zero-carbon home they hope to build within the curtilage of Strawberry Farm, west of Wymondon, would be the first of its kind in the area. They also intend their ecologically led farming venture to be used as a beacon of good practice, showcase to the rural farming and local community. The redundant barn would be recycled to create the energy-efficient 2-storey home. Walls would be built of straw from the farm with curved metal insulated panels on the roof. A garden, vegetable garden and new access would also be created. The applicants will also manage surrounding woodland to improve and maintain the site's ecological value. Melton Council will decide the planning application in due course. In her younger years, she was the life and soul of the party, and on Saturday, Lillian Smith of Old Dalby was back in the party mood to celebrate her 100th birthday. Lillian, who turned 100 on the day, celebrated with family and friends at a birthday bash held at Beaver Brewery. Lillian, who was born in Birmingham, left school at 14 and went into domestic service. She later moved to Kent, where she worked as a barmaid at the Bricklayers Arm in Shepherdswell. She married her first husband George on February the 3rd, 1932, and went on to have 3 children, Dora, Sydney and Joyce. East Midlands developer Gelson Homes has come under fire from Melton residents over construction work near a number of badger sets. The builders have been landscaping in the Navigation Close and Valiant Way area off Dalby Road, where a play area will be constructed. President Graham Daniels contacted the Melton Times, concerned that the work will reduce the habitat available to the badgers. The builders uncovered a potentially 1 new badger set and are currently in talks with the Melton Council to reassess the situation. Further survey work will be undertaken to get a more precise picture of exactly how many sets are on the site, but work on play area will still go ahead.
Hi, I'm Dominic Heel, a presenter for East Midlands Today from the BBC, and you're listening to the Melton Times podcast.
Run for fun or run for charity, the choice is yours at Melton's first ever Santa Fun Run. There are now just 3 weeks to go before the big day, Sunday, December the 12th, when it's hoped up to 400 people of all ages and abilities will run or walk a fully marshalled 5-kilometre course around Melton Country Park. The event is being organised by the Rotary Club of Melton Mowbray, and entry is £10 for adults and £5 for children, which includes a red suit and a medal at the finish. You can register to run or walk or even take the family dog at meltonsantafunrun.co.uk. And in this week's Free Time, Melton's Christmas lights switch on tomorrow will be a 10-hour extravaganza with everything from children's choirs, bands and a Christmas market to a live broadcast, fireworks and late night shopping. Santa and his reindeer are due to arrive at 4 p.m, and at the first time there will be a grotto. Entrance is just £2, thanks to support from Melton Toys. At 4 p.m, BBC Radio Leicester presenter Jonathan Lampon will take over the mic for an hour of fun and games. The excitement will build until a live fire show at 6:30, and the arrival on stage in the Mayoral Party. And this year's celebrity Lyndon Ogborn, who plays the bad boy Nathan Wilde in TV soap opera Emmerdale. And also tomorrow evening, a light-hearted murder mystery called Third Time Unlucky will be performed by the Wimbledon Players on Saturday and tomorrow evening. There is trouble brewing among the shareholders of Crappin's holiday camp, and I say no more. But can you piece together the clues and find the culprit? Prizes will be awarded for the best and worst solutions to the murder mystery. There'll also be a licensed bar both evenings at the Church Hall. Curtains up at 8 o'clock. Ticket costs £5 and £6.50 on Saturday night. They're available from Jenny Weston or jennifer.weston@btconnect.com. Also on Saturday is a Christmas fair. The Catholic Church in Melton will be holding its Christmas fair at the Working Men's Club in Norman Way on Saturday from 10 a.m. to the arrival of Santa at 2:30. And finally, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs will be arriving at Melton Theatre on Saturday, December the 4th. As Travon Dance Group puts on its 32nd annual pantomime. For tickets, phone the box office on Melton 851111. And finally to the silver screen, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, Certificate 12A. More information, go to regal-melton.co.uk. In sport, Edgerton Park Cricket Club Old Boy Stuart Broad is spearheading Melton's bid to help England defend the Ashes. Broad is just part of a Melton stronghold based down under for the highly anticipated series which began in Brisbane in the early hours of this morning. Borough on the Hills James Taylor is also in Brisbane with England's performance programme, which will shadow the England squad for the first 3 tests and provide cover in case of injury. And finally in sport, Bottisford rower Callum Jones at last weekend set out on the long and arduous process of earning selection for the Great Britain Junior Rowing Squad. Callum has his sights set on representing Britain next August at the Junior World Championships, which will be staged at the 2012 Olympic venue at Dorney Lake, Eden. Well, that's about it. Of course, the full stories can be found in the Melton Times. So until next week, when we'll have yet more news and sport, have a very safe week. That was your JK Media production for the Melton Times.